Prologue. Emergency! Emergency! The Empire was thrown into chaos. The Firefly has infiltrated. A national emergency has been declared. Everyone, full alert. It was a moonless night, swallowed by the darkness of a new moon. Terror gripped the Empire at the arrival of an intruder, not an endless army or a mountain-sized monster horde. It was just one person. Find the Firefly. Stay sharp. If you lose focus, you're dead. His codename, Firefly. They say the flap of a butterfly's wings can stir a massive storm. This Firefly was a symbol of fear, a ghost that crept up in silence and lit everything aflame. A top-level threat. Find the Firefly now. If we don't, we're done for. Damn it! How many nations has this bastard ruined already? The Imperial troops collapsed one after another in the shadows. There was no need to name a first victim. He struck and disappeared like mist. Ah! Caw! The uninvited guest took down the well-trained soldiers with ease and vanished into the night. No trace remained, only screams and silence. And in a blink, even hearts were stolen. Disaster. The Firefly stole the core. What? He took the core. The barrier protecting the Imperial army is down. We can't activate the Empire's defense wall. The enemy is invading. Arr! Bullets rained down like meteor showers. When the monsters breached the walls, the Imperial general gritted his teeth. That damn plague! The Firefly was a bringer of ruin, a phantom butterfly that turned every place he touched into hell. No one knew his face, gender, or age. The Allied forces had tried to catch him for 20 years, and the entire continent had pleaded to track him down. But all efforts ended in failure. The Firefly was the most wanted figure on the continent, a living legend. Like a mythical butterfly no one had seen, yet all feared. Then, suddenly, he vanished. Just like that. No one knew why. He remained missing for 50 years, yet people still whispered his name. He must be dead by now, right? He was a genius, even if he was an enemy. His skill was unmatched. I doubt we'll ever see another legend like him. But the Allied forces stayed on edge. Never let your guard down. The Firefly is surely hiding and waiting for the right moment. Yes, that sly bastard is probably trying to lure humanity into complacency. They were convinced his disappearance was part of a greater scheme. After all, deception was his specialty. There must be meaning in his silence. Hurry and uncover it. Yes, sir. The entire continent brainstormed, desperate to decipher the Firefly's true intentions. Firefly, what is your purpose? What is the meaning behind your long disappearance? While they obsessed over his absence for 50 years. Damn this cursed wanderer's fate. A man appeared, wiping monster blood from his clothes. Lost my way again. The continent's most feared and unluckiest man had returned. Chapter 1. What did you say? A damned curse of wandering. Bulnabi, Firefly, still hasn't forgotten. Damn, this is the first time I've seen someone with such a wretched fate. Back when Bulnabi was still Li Dojin, that's what the fortune-teller said. You've got the curse of the roving horse, Yogmasal. In plain terms, it meant a fate destined to wander, never able to settle down. In extreme cases, it could lead to separation from family or even a lonely death far from home. So he laughed and said, "Well, in today's world, that's actually a good thing. You need the curse of roaming to get a visa, after all." He joked, but deep down, he knew this wasn't just a silly superstition. This accursed fate had ruined his life, dragging his parents and siblings down with him. Even if he wanted to settle down, life never allowed it. "Hey, I'm used to it. My job's unstable anyway. Weird things always happen wherever I go, so I've had to move homes and workplaces a lot. I'm kind of used to it." Or maybe, "Are you saying I'm doomed to die far from home?" But the fortune teller just grinned with yellowed teeth. "If only that were all. Listen carefully, you dumb brat. Even after you die, your curse won't disappear." Ha! That smirk pissed him off, so he snapped at the old man. "God damn it! What lousy luck! What? Even after death? So I'll just wander as a ghost or something?" "Exactly. Even in death, your fate is to keep wandering." "In that case, I should start by wrecking your place. I'd love to see you try, but you'll live in cursed lands with no home to call your own." At the time, he thought the fortune teller was a fraud. But in hindsight, that bastard was scarily accurate. Li Dojin really did die young, far from home, and then he woke up in another world, as Luin. Being reincarnated wasn't so bad, except he'd been reborn as a monster, which meant, instead of settling down, he kept getting driven out of his home every damn day by those human bastards. Even if he managed to build a house, it never lasted. "You damn disaster-spawning bastards! Stop wrecking my house already!" He lost his home every time thanks to their curses. Eventually, he joined the demon army, which offered room and board. While working there, he caught the eye of the demon emperor and began operating as a spy. Come to think of it, that crazy fortune teller was right. This curse is perfect for a spy. Spies couldn't stay in one place anyway. It was like he was born for it. All those miserable years had trained him for this high-risk, high-reward job. So, yeah, he accepted his lot in life. Until Dash. "Professor, I have a question. How do you kill a demon painfully? Should we rip out their tongue and smash their skull?" Hero Foundation, Hero Training Academy Haven. Motto: exterminate and eradicate. The demon race must be annihilated. Okay, now, this was going too far. Long story short, the demon spy known as Bulnabi had to become a professor at a hero academy, all because of his retirement fund. A few days ago, Lu In received some shocking news from his superior. "Excuse me, what did you just say?" "You're not allowed to retire." "What?" "More accurately, you're unable to." Lu In couldn't believe his ears. His code name was Bulnabi, so infamous even children knew of him. Humans cursed his name, while demons worshipped him. He was the legendary figure who betrayed heroes and royal princesses alike, who decimated countless empires and armies. That legend wanted to retire, ever since the last war with the hero 50 years ago. "I told you I'd retire after that mission." Of course, something had come up after that mission. "Damn it! Why is a dimensional portal opening here?" A rift had torn open in the sky above Bulnabi's head. "Son of a... winning the lottery is more likely than this happening." He got caught in a rare disaster and flung into another dimension. The odds of that happening were lower than being struck by lightning 10 times. That's why he disappeared for 50 years. Now, after finally making it back, he was being told he couldn't retire? Sure, he was only around 30 in this world, not exactly retirement age, but he wanted to settle down. Dujin, you must live a happy life. That's what his grandmother in his past life told him before passing. Even in her final moments, she worried about him. Wandering brings misfortune. Don't wander. Luin wanted to fulfill her wish. Yeah, being homeless sucks. Even though he'd been the best agent, he hated being ruled by superstition. That curse had made him a drifter, taken his family, and ruined his life. So he spent all his money buying land and building a house. To him, a house meant freedom from the curse. The fortune teller had sneered, "You think a house will help? Your curse means even if you get one, it'll be worthless. You may have talent, but you'll always be broke." But come on, was he really going to let some superstition stop him from owning a home? No way. I'll prove it's all nonsense. Sure, he was still technically a government spy to pay off debts, but not for long. He'd earned a massive retirement fund. With that, he could end the slave contract. And yet, I fulfilled every mission perfectly. I even destroyed the hero's army like you asked. So why won't you let me go home? Well, after you disappeared, something happened. You can't return home. What? Your house became the site of a hero academy. What? The hero must have thought it was just empty land. It's now the base of one of the largest hero forces. So my entire fortune is buried there? And we can't issue another retirement fund. I see. So, if you want that money, you'll have to sneak into the place. But calling it an academy is misleading. It's more like a high-security fortress. Even the Demon Emperor couldn't breach it. You might have to sneak in as an insider. Your best bet might be to pose as a professor. Professor? Damn hero bastards. I'll kill them.